Welcome to the next episode of the Iowa Girls Wrestling Podcast. Today I have Abby Meyrer, and joining us will be also her dad and coach, Josh Meyrer. Um, Man, that athlete coach relationship is always really special. But when you throw a daughter and a dad together, it's even better. How have you guys been able to like embrace that? But you know, just what's the relationship like as a coach, and then as daughter and dad?
I mean, I really don't know how it is to like not have a coach that's not my dad, because like since I started, he's been in my corner and like always there coaching me, even at, like national tournaments and stuff. But like we have our like break from like coach to dad, and then like at home we can still have that coaching athlete stuff, and then even at like on the mat or something, we still have that dad and daughter moments. But it's pretty good having my dad as my coach because like he knows my goals, he knows what I'm capable of, like what I'm able to do. So it's good having him there.
And and I know from talking to you at state tournament, sometimes I think the dad aspect, the emotion of that, sometimes is harder for you than maybe Abby. I know that also from coaching with Jason too. What's it like to have daughter on the mat?
I mean, it's awesome, but there's an internal switch to turn dad mode on and off that you have to know the right times to do it.
Yeah,
And that was probably a learning experience. I want to say I'm probably pretty good at it now.
yeah.
But no, it's amazing. I mean, she's my kid. I'm always going to say, my kids are my favorite wrestlers, and I get to sit in her corner for all her matches to this point is amazing.
Yeah, I know there was times like when I'd be coaching with Jason and he'd like, you got to take care of this one because I just can't remove myself from this situation right now. You got to go be coach because I can't. Did you ever have one of those moments where you had to just kind of step away as coach because it was just you couldn't do it at that time?
I I don't think so. I think just because of the longevity I've had with it with her. I mean, she's probably been at it for 12 years now, and
Yeah.
I've sat in her corner at national levels, going up against some of the best girls in the nation, and I can't remember one I've had to just be like, I can't do this.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I think that relationship is really neat to have. Really exciting. You announced just recently your commitment to Loras College. What went into that decision? And let's start with the recruiting process. What have you all done and visits you've taken and things like that went into making that decision?
So I didn't start getting like really recruited that much until after state of my junior year. And I had a couple of colleges reach out to me, like Dubuque, a couple in Illinois, and then like was in contact with other coaches. And then Gloucester was the first one to have me come up on a visit. And I was with like a bunch of other girls in Iowa that wrestle. And I really enjoyed the campus, just like the atmosphere of the campus and just being there. And then I ended up having Gloucester as my coach in Fargo. And I was like already thinking like, oh, like Loris will be a good place to be. Like it's close to home. Like it's also like far enough away, like in a different place. Um, and then after Fargo having him coach me, I was like, okay, like he knows how I wrestle. I like the way that he coaches, and like he knows how to keep me like in my moment and like in like how to like keep me in like the areas I'm good at. So I think that just pretty much made my decision for me, with him just
Nice.
being that athlete coach relationship right away with that. So
Yeah, that's really cool that you got to have a little preview coaching or his coaching with you. That's kind of a probably definitely helped in that making that decision. What's your major going to be? Do you know yet?
I'm doing kinesiology and athletic training.
Oh, very cool. I've thought recently I missed the boat, and that's something I would have loved to have done. So yeah, that's a great major. Um, Sounded like Laura's kind of feels like a home,
Mm-hmm.
second home. That's good. I always tell the girls that. You said one other thing that I think was an awesome statement. It's close enough to home, but yet far enough away. You can still come home and do your laundry if you need to, but they have to make a phone call to let you know they're coming. So that's always a good thing too. Dewhawks up and coming team. Is there something, is there expectations that the coaches talk to you about? I know just from helping out that, sometimes getting maybe that one certain person can really spark that team. Is there something he's talked to you about in those?
Um, I mean, so after I committed, he like reached out to me and he was like, "What are girls I need to get on?" And I texted him a whole list of like good like girls I wrestle with, travel with, and everything. So like even just me being there, like I can try and help him as much as I can. But like I know he was talking about trying to hit 26 class pretty hard with recruitments. And like on the visit, we had a bunch of like other state champs, state finalists. So he's been hitting recruitment pretty hard.
Yeah.
So
And Loris has done well on the men's side, so it's only just a matter of time. What do you think about the decision to go to Loris?
I like it. Her dream was to always go out east. I'm sure anyone who's watched her wrestle in high school saw her toting around the East Coast
Yep.
school T-shirts. And I would have supported whatever road she went down, but kind of having her here close to home is nice. I'll be able to watch her compete a little bit more often.
Yeah. Without breaking the bank.
Exactly.
Yes. Let's go back to the very beginning. When did you start wrestling?
So I started wrestling when I was 5 years old. I think I was like just in kindergarten. So no girls ever. It was just me and a couple other girls in the Quad Cities, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So do you remember why you started wrestling?
So Ella Schmidt actually was at the same like school district as me, and she was always in the room with her brother and everything wrestling. Like she was wrestling, and I was always stuck at practice, like my brothers and everything, just having to sit there and watch. And then like one night, I was just like, I want to try it, so I tried it, and I've stuck with it.
Yeah, and you've done super well. I remember just I think the first time I met you and your dad would have been maybe Mad at Dreams,
Yeah,
in Independence. Man, that seems like
well, many
that
years
seems
ago.
like many it was many years ago, I guess. You've been wrestling a long time, man. Wrestling since kindergarten. That is very few girls have done it at your age. Most of the girls are starting seventh, eighth grade, maybe freshman year even. Or I had a lot of girls starting as juniors. So you really
Mhm.
had that experience. What are some of the? I know you work with clubs. What are some of the clubs you've worked with?
So I've been at Young Guns since I was third, fourth grade, and I've pretty much stuck there with Eric and loved it there. So
Yeah, and you did you start with like the Pleasant Valley
yeah. Hmm.
club, and then after a certain point in time, it's you almost got to find something because it's always those new people coming in and finding partners and things like that. What are some of the things that you've done with Young Guns as far as travel and just different tournaments you've done?
So I've traveled with them a couple times out to Virginia Beach, the NHSCA tournaments, like dual teams.
Hmm.
Um, and then I've pretty much just traveled under the name. Eric's been in my corner. My dad's still been in my corner. So yeah.
What are some of the differences like from a high school practice to a club practice that maybe help out a little bit on those higher levels?
So Young Guns is pretty much there's a lot of boys there, not very many girls. So just like the difference between having a full girls practice for high school and then going down to Young Guns with all boys, I think that helps a lot because boys have more strength and stuff like that. It's like I can get different feels and stuff from them, and they honestly just help me get better.
Awesome. So let's talk about the Pleasant Valley team and maybe Josh, you might be able to throw a little more things on with this.
Okay.
The growth of the team and how Pleasant Valley's done and where it may be going.
So the growth of the team has been nice. I want to say the year before the first sanctioned season, there might have been 3 girls on the team, and sanctioning came around. I want to say we had 10 or 11 girls that first year. We've steadily grown, gained a couple girls each year, and I think this year we ended with like 15 girls maybe.
Good
So
size, yeah.
we're seeing the growth. We have quite a few freshmen this past season. Our junior high team, we have quite a few 8th graders that I'm hoping transition into high school. Increased numbers. We've had, we've seen success already, and we've also taken our lumps. What team hasn't at this point in a new sport? I have a lot of hopes for last year's freshmen and our incoming freshmen. They're putting the work in. We just got done with our probably greatest summer of summer workouts yet, attendance wise and dedication wise. So I know that will be paying off this winter.
Very good. Yeah, the middle school growth is huge in the state all around. Abby, do you do a lot of recruiting and helping out with maybe some of the younger girls at Pleasant Valley?
I definitely try, like, in the hallways. Like, I have some teachers that are even like, you need to try wrestling. And, like, they're like, oh, this is Abby Meyrer. Like, come join wrestling with her. And, like, I've tried to get some. I've gotten some. But, like, it's pretty hard at my school. It's like, we're a bigger basketball school and, like, softball school. And they're always like, oh, I'm in this sport. But I'm like, it's a winter sport. It's fun. Like, basketball cuts, we don't. Like, you have a spot no matter what. So,
Yeah.
I tried.
Do you go down and help out with youth wrestling at all and middle school wrestling?
Yep, yeah.
So I usually wait and ask this question later. Do you have any aspirations of maybe being a coach at some point in time?
Definitely after I get done with like college and everything, probably moving back here, trying to help with young guns, help with the PV club, maybe even try and help with the high school too. So
Very good. Yeah, you've had a lot of high school success. Four-time place winner, 3-time finalist. What are some of the things about the girls' union tournament that maybe sets us apart from other states? Some things that you really like about that tournament?
I think that was a 3-time place winner, 2-time finalist. She still got a senior year coming.
Oh my God, you got a senior year coming? Oh my God. I'm off. Okay, my fault. I'm sorry, my bad. So let me make sure I got this right. So we have a first, a fourth, and a second. Is that right? Okay. And then we'll plan on just a first this year. How about we'll put that? So yeah, four-time place winner, 3-time finalist, same thing. That's my bad. I was wondering why I couldn't find one in 2022, and now I know. I was thinking you were a year ahead, but that's all right. I make mistakes all the time, and I learn from them. So yeah, so what are some of the things that the girls' union, has done that you really like about that tournament?
they really put their heart into it. So like even that first, like my freshman year, like I walked in the arena and it's like they've been doing it for 10 years, and I was like, this is awesome. Cause like I've never had like a state tournament just for girls, like away from the boys, because AAU's always been with the boys when I was wrestling AAU at least. And they put a lot of time into it, a lot of work, and like in like 3 years that I've been doing it, it's grown and grown and grown even more, and like they just put more effort into it, and it's pretty cool to watch and be part of. So
I got to ask the question, signing the bracket. How hard is that to do after a match? Because I can only imagine how my fingers were and stuff to sign that bracket. What's that like to do?
So throughout the tournament, after like my like front side matches, it's honestly I get to cool down a little bit, like walk around and then go to the bracket and do it. So it's usually not that bad. Then like my freshman year after the state, like after the finals match, they had me do it right away, and like I see it every single day on my wall. And it's like you can't even read my name on it. But it was pretty cool just like be able to do that. So
Yeah, one of my favorite parts about the girls' state tournament is basically the back room, being able to talk to everybody, run into coaches, talk to your dad, talk to different people. What's it like? That environment's different, I think, than any other tournament I've ever been at. What do you like about that?
there's just a lot of girls there that I don't know or I do know, and just we're all there to compete and have fun. So I've had so many girls come up to me and be like, "Hey, like I saw your TikTok, or like I saw you on Instagram or something like that," and we just have a good conversation. And I'm like, "Okay, I don't know you, but I know you now." So
Yeah.
it's nice to meet all those new people from around the state. So
How about you, Josh? What about that girls' state tournament that you really enjoy?
I tell you, as someone who never missed the boys' finals night, the girls, they do it right, and the boys can take some notes. It's a blast. I think the only complaint I would see is with as fast as it's growing is maybe find a bigger venue.
Yeah, and that's easier said than done
I know,
sometimes too.
I know.
Yep. Are there other things that you do besides wrestling and like to do besides wrestling? Doesn't
Um,
necessarily have to be sports, can be whatever.
so usually if I'm not wrestling, I either just hang out with my friends or just chill out. Or I have a job too, so I'm always working when I can. But if I'm not wrestling, I just basically just chill out and sit back. So.
What's your job?
Well, I just started a new job at a country club, and then I also work at Domino's just to get more money. So.
Oh, nice. Pizza making. I was in the restaurant business for a long time. I always enjoyed it. It's almost I love the rush of that. When it gets real busy, I love the rush of it. It's almost kind of comparison to wrestling a little bit. I love that business. Um, the last few episodes I've had, I've been exploring different aspects of wrestling. One of them being nutrition. Joey Boyens does nutrition for like Grandview and Wartburg and Northern Iowa. Um, he sat down and talked about a lot of things. What are some of the things maybe that like in your weight management going from 120 to 115? You actually had to manage, different management for your weight. What are some things that you do in nutrition and then maybe meals before matches?
So for me, it's really different from like doing the cut and then right after weigh-ins because right after weigh-ins, I don't have the best nutrition. But at least during season, I didn't. But then I've learned like that I need to have good nutrition. But like when I was cutting, I ate a lot of like chicken, eggs. Even like when I get like before season, when I'm trying to get down for like my certification, I just eat a lot of eggs, chicken, a lot of protein, water, just easy stuff. That's not bad for me. So.
And I was a horrible person with after a weight cut, eating some of the worst things in the world. Um, what are some of the things that you try? I mean, I don't want to like call you out or anything, but what are some of the things that you've eaten? What are some things that you've eaten that you've seen? Maybe, man, I had a bad performance after eating this, but then maybe I had a good performance after trying this.
So during season, I pretty much just ate whatever I saw. I mean, not really concession food, but I would eat like a bunch of fruit snacks, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, like that are like the Uncrustables. Um, there were some times I had like sweets in there. I used to eat like Reese's peanut butter cups after like every single weigh-in. Um, but then like my brother got on to me a little bit after our conference tournament and he was like, you need to start doing this, like especially if you want to like go in state and have a good run at state. And then pretty much after season I've learned just to like have like those fruits, those vegetables and all that stuff like right after weigh-ins and for your matches because those are the best for you. So.
And then the next part, I had actually someone that graduated with me, but is big into mental health and reframing things. There's a lot of expectations for someone that came up through the sport, especially as long as you've been wrestling. Um, how do you deal with, expectations? You've had some great wins, but you've also had some tough losses. What's your mindset and how do you go about getting back to the mat after maybe a bad loss?
hmm So I get pretty hard on myself after I lose because I'm like that's not part of like my plan at all. Like I'm supposed to do this and like I want to do this. But after last year's state tournament when I got fourth, I had a little bit of a break over summer, and I was like it's just a loss. Like it doesn't go towards anything. Like yeah, I didn't win state that year, and I didn't want to end up at fourth. But I still placed. I still had a good run that season. And then basically after I lose, I shed a few tears because I have a lot of heart for the sport. But I've been better at reclaiming myself and like calming myself down and just getting ready for my next match. Because like even at Fargo, like I lost right away and then I wrestled right away, and it was like I had to get myself regathered and get ready to wrestle. So.
Yeah, that's a really tough thing to walk off of a loss, but then turn right around and wrestle. And I talk to the kids about this all the time that what's going to happen that quarterfinals match at state or something like that, you lose that match. Are you going to let it slide, or are you going to come back and get the next best thing? Josh, we've talked about this in the past. Hedging those, I don't want to head. I hope all those girls that are coming up do fantastic and stuff, but there is that. I'll let you talk about you coined a great term I really liked, but you know, people catch up when you get to the high school, high
Oh
school
yeah.
level. Weights, people start lifting weights. People really take it more seriously. There's just girls come out of the woodwork that you've never even heard of, and next thing you know, they're in the state finals. You're like, who? I don't even know who this person is. I've never heard of them. What are some of the things maybe as a coach, as a dad, you could help with the expectations and just having kids understand that it's a different ball game from youth wrestling to high school wrestling.
Oh, it definitely is. I even told Abby this is like you're stepping into high school now. Nobody cares that you won that AAU state championship last year as an eighth grader. You're in high school now. It's welcome to the big leagues. But I also talk about that rubber band effect. You know, you can only pull one side of a rubber band away from the other so far before that backside snaps right back to the front. I see it happen all the time. You can go from being great to better than average in the blink of an eye just because everyone else is putting in the work and catching up with you, and that happens in high school every year.
Yeah, and so that kind of goes into my next subject, the work that goes into being someone on the podium, the work that people don't get to see. They see the wins, they see your hand getting raised, but they don't see how many hours you spend in the weight room, how many hours you spend at a practice. How much do you do outside of just your high school hour and a half, 2 hour practice during
Um,
season?
so during season, especially, I go from my like Tuesday, Thursdays. I go from my high school practice. I have like an hour break. I go home, eat a little bit, and then I go straight to Young Guns. And I work an hour and a half there 2 times a week. My freshman year was there 4 times a week. I get some work in with my coach one on one at Young Guns. And then usually like Monday, Wednesdays, and then Fridays, depending like my weight and stuff like that, I'll go work out for a little bit, get some weight off, and then come home, rest, like shower and everything, eat, and pretty much yeah. And then during school year, especially a lot more. Like I lift a lot more in the school year during season, so I'm lifting almost every day of the week, and then a couple times in the summer. So it's a lot, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I always like to bring that up just because there's so much work that goes into being one of those top, even a state qualifier anymore, being a top 16 person out of 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy game at all. And then of course there's God given talent. Obviously, you have some of that. But you've done so well. It's been fun to watch, and I'm excited that we have one more year that I didn't even realize. So that's great, awesome, very good. My second half of all of my podcasts and interviews, just getting to know you guys just a little bit better as people. And so I'm just gonna, and some of these questions maybe are good for both of you, some are maybe just for one of you, but we'll kind of figure that out. Abby, what's a fun fact that most people wouldn't expect about you?
I'm not really much of a talker. Like I can be to like people I know, but I'm really quiet. Like if I'm in a group of people, I'm like, okay, I'm just here. So
Nice. Do you guys have any pets?
yeah, we have 2 dogs and a cat.
What kind of dogs do you have?
We have a silver lab, a pit lab mix, and then our cat's an orange tabby.
Nice. And is that enough pets for you, Josh, or do you need a few more around the house? So, but if you guys could pick any pet, domestic or exotic pets, you could be Josh. You could be the next Tiger King. It could be
Yeah,
amazing. What kind of pets would you guys get?
I think I would probably get a donkey.
I got to agree with her on a donkey.
Do you guys live in a spot where you could have a donkey?
Not yet, but it's my dream to live in a spot where I can have a donkey, and we've already got the name picked out. It's going to be Henry, and
Nice. That's the first time I've heard donkey, but I like it. I like it. So favorite wrestling shoe, both of you.
I love the Nike Tawas, either Nike Tawas or Nike Inflex.
Okay.
I'm an old school Asics guy.
I just bought my first pair of Inflicts. Absolutely, I love them. I grew up on Asics, obviously, and then the Rudis Sly Fox or something I've worn a lot of too. But I love shoes anyway. Is there something outside of the wrestling shoe? What's your favorite everyday shoe?
In the summer, I pretty much just wear Birkenstocks. But I have some like New Balances 574s, and I love those shoes, so they're really comfortable. Or my On Clouds, but I don't know. I love shoes, so
I do too. So you're an on cloud person. I got into Hocus because my knees kill me. Uh, all right, what do you like about on clouds?
they're really soft and like you just don't even like feel like you're wearing them. Like I wear them to work all the time. I wear them when I work out. So and they've held up pretty like 2 years now. So
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to look at them. How about you, Josh? You a shoe person?
Not really. You know, I have my work boots, but if I'm not in my work boots, that I'm in On Clouds or Hey Dudes.
So what work boots do you buy? Because I work in an industrial place, so
Um, Wolverines.
oh yeah.
It's a Wolverine steel toe metatarsal heavy hot thing. Yeah,
Yep. The good boot makes a difference though.
it does.
Um, where has wrestling? I mean, we get to travel a lot. Where are some of the places that you've got to go because of wrestling?
I've been to like Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, like a lot of places out east. I haven't really been west yet, and I really want to, but I think we're gonna maybe hit a couple places out there after my senior year. So yeah.
So, Josh, I know most of my vacations revolve around a wrestling tournament and going someplace. Is that same with your family?
Same with me. Next year when I don't have to take vacation to travel with her to tournaments, I'm not going to know what to do with my vacation time.
Yep. So that's my next question. If you can go anywhere in the world to go on vacation, do you have a dream spot at this point in time?
I think mine would be either Greece or Germany.
In Europe.
I've always Alaska or New Zealand.
I think I yeah, I that those both all of those would be great places to go. I think the Alaska trip would be really cool. New Zealand, I've had a boss that used to go to New Zealand all the time and he used to talk about that all the time. So yeah, great places. We're gonna go kind of couple wrestling questions in a row here. Second period, it's your choice. Does not situation. What's your favorite position? We'll just kind of go like with that. Top, bottom, neutral.
Anything but bottom.
Anything but bottom. So you
Yeah,
are not choosing bottom very often.
not very often though.
Now, as a coach, when I grew up, we always picked bottom. So have you adapted that wrestling coaching for girls? Have you changed your philosophy on that?
I have 100%. We a couple years ago we won a big crosstown dual meet. I don't want to call the other team out, but
Yep. Nope.
people can figure it out. They had just beat us like really, really bad 2 or 3 weeks prior in a dual meet. And that was the biggest adjustment we made. Our goal for that duel was we're going to survive the first period.
Hmm.
If we win the win toss in the second period, we're choosing top
Yeah.
because none of those girls would choose bottom. They would all choose top. And lo and behold, it worked out. We'd choose top. Next thing you know, we're getting a fall. We're getting a fall. And the scoreboard was completely different at the end of that night as it was a couple weeks prior.
Yeah, my philosophy changed on that too. And it's not of any fault of the girls and stuff. I know they work hard on getting out
Yeah,
the upper body strength difference
it is.
and a lot of them are really good on top. And I know Abby's really good on top. She throws those legs in and it's kind of
I don't choose
it's
bottom
over.
like wrestling her.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Yeah, so let's go to favorite moves. I'll have both yeah, answer these. Favorite takedown.
Front end block.
I'd say firemen's.
Fireman's. I'm a fireman's guy too. So you're a front headlock go behind, which is the most common takedown in wrestling. So yeah, no, that's not a bad way to go. And fireman's, why get 2 points when we can get it? But now seven. That's not 2 points, 3 points.
Yeah.
Well, we can get seven or a pin. Um, on top, what's your favorite pinning combination?
I would keep it a secret, but I'm pretty sure it's well known by now. But it's an armbar, so
Yeah. How about you? What are you teaching? What's the big go-tos for Pleasant Valley?
Me, I keep everything basic as can be. I mean, cradle or half Nelson. I mean,
Yeah, half Nelsons are real effective, especially
deadly.
since we're coaching people. A lot of times, Abby's the exception to the rule right now. Coaching people coming out as again juniors, sophomores.
Mhm.
They haven't had a lot of experience, and so sometimes those half Nelsons really matter. My more experienced girls, I'm taking some cues from Abby, and we're starting to work legs a lot more and
Yeah.
things like that. But off the bottom, when you can get away or reversal, what's your favorite? What's your favorite pin or way to get away?
I kind of just feel it out. Sometimes I'll be like after my match, I'm like, how did I even get out from bottom? And then other times, like I know my fourth place match, like my third place match last year, I hit a stand up right off the whistle, and I got a reversal from that. So I mean, it's pretty much just whatever there.
What's the big what are you teaching? I don't want you to give any secrets away, but I'll tell you mine. We've been working quad pod stand-ups for for an entire year.
That's what we've been working the last couple years. I I think we're trying to slowly transition to a sit.
Yeah.
Sit, stand up from there. Hip heist away. Just you know, yeah. I mean, it's
I,
more
I
not one dimensional. That's the word I'm looking for. Is
yeah. Yeah, I think we're all kind of going in that same direction. That quad pod stand-up's been pretty popular. I love the sit out series, you can do
yeah.
from there. Um, let's see. Pre-match rituals. Do you do anything before a match? I'll tell you mine. Just and maybe it'll even spark what you do because some people don't think about it. I had to shake my coach's hand prior to a match. It just was that thing that turned that switch on for me, and I don't know why it was. Is there something that you do before every match?
So I usually just listen to my music in my headphones, and I think like a match or two before I'll take them off, and then right before my match I go check in the table. I'll hit like my dad's hand, like double, like just however hard I can, and then
Hmm.
I'll check in. Usually I go to like the edge of the circle, put my ankle band on, and then I'll just like be on like my toes and my hands, and just take a deep breath and tell myself have fun. So
Yeah. Did you have anything? How hard is the hand slap? First, we'll start with that.
very hard. My hands are numb during the match.
Yeah, I try to avoid those hand slaps as much as possible. Did anything that you do? Is there something that do you talk about pre-match ritual and things like that with your girls at all?
I mean, we tell them do whatever they have to do to get comfortable. Get the nerves out, shake the nerves off pre-match. Everybody's going to be different. Do what you have to do.
Yep, yep. Music before matches. You listen. You said you listen to music. What's in the playlist?
a lot of just everything. I have like country. I have some old people music. I have like the pop stuff. So it's just a lot of everything. So yeah.
Is that old people music like hair bands and things like that? Or
Yeah,
that?
like ACDC or something like
There
that.
you
So
go. I believe the new term for that is coined grandpa rock. I believe I heard.
Awesome.
So I listen to Grandpa Rock a lot. It was a sad week ago last, when Ozzy passed away
Yes.
for us. But um, is there a particular song, one song that you can think of that you really, really hit before like those big matches?
um not that I can think of right now. I know there's a couple songs that like my freshman year I would like go straight to or like just something like that. But really it's now just like I click a song and then I'm just going.
All
So
right. How about you, Josh? How was not having Ozzy around anymore affecting
Uh,
your life?
sad day in music, especially for a music fiend like myself. But we'll move on.
He lived probably longer than he should have. We'll
You
put it
got that
that way.
right. Yes, and I'm so glad I'd never procrastinated to see him live, and I saw him multiple times. So
Oh, nice, nice. So, what's your favorite genre of music?
I'm a rock and roll guy.
Rock and roll, nice.
Yeah,
Grandpa
not
rock, then.
not just the old guy stuff. I listen to the young kid stuff too. So
I do, I guess it's not even young kid stuff anymore, but like Five Finger Death Punch and
yes,
Disturbed and those, I really like
yep.
those groups too. That's still kind of in the grandpa rock for you. I don't know if you knew those.
I know the
So
name, just not the songs.
there you go. All
She
right.
probably knows the
Um,
song "Riding with Me."
very good. It's important to pass those things down. Do you have a favorite movie or TV series that you're binging right now?
Not really.
Not
So
really.
I'm not really watching a bunch of TV right now. So
Do you like to go to movies though? Do you watch some movies?
I used to a lot, but now I get 10 minutes into a movie and I fall asleep. Like I think the last movie I watched Broadway was Happy Gilmore 2, and it was a pretty good movie. So
I haven't got the chance to watch it yet. That's something it's on my list here in the next day or two. How was Happy Gilmore 2? Was it
it
pretty
was
good?
yeah.
Uh,
It's like not as like chaotic as the first one, but it was pretty good.
Good. How did you like it, Josh?
I
I'll
liked it.
did you? Good. I'm excited to get on that one too. Um, if you could have any superpower and be a superhero, what actually you could be a supervillain too if you really wanted to be. But what would that superpower be?
Probably be running really fast. So then I win all the sprints. I don't have to do them anymore. So and then I wouldn't get tired from having to run our 2 miles on the first week of practice.
And it
So
would be done so quick you wouldn't even think about it.
yeah.
Perfect. You got a superpower you could like to have?
Oh, I don't know. Probably to be able to get 8 hours of good sleep a night.
That would be a great superpower at this point in time. Is there a wrestler that has inspired you?
Definitely Ella Schmidt. Just
Ella
having her
Schmidt.
when I started, and then now she's in Iowa wrestling, and she's she's still going. So
Yeah.
she's been an inspiration, telling me like show what I can do. So
Yeah, no, she's pretty neat. I didn't get to know her very well young, but I was at a clinic with her and Felicity not too long ago and really had a great conversation. Super kid, fun to talk with. How about you? Did you have a early inspiration?
Well, I don't remember back that far. I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, it probably would have been any of the Hawkeye hammers back in the day.
Yeah, I mine always was Royce Alger, and then I've got to meet Royce and have a beverage with Royce before, so it's kind of fun to maybe see those guys because I think he was in college maybe when I was maybe just getting started in high school, so that was
Mhm.
kind of fun. Um, I always think of things that my coaches said to me over the years, and there's things that have stuck with me. And since you have dad and coach, what are some things that maybe will stick with you or that you always hear while you're wrestling a match?
usually with him, he doesn't talk much when I wrestle. So, but he's always telling me go out and have fun. And then this past year, when I was working with Eric Jurgens, he was having me like do a move, and he goes, "You need to slow down with it, or else you're not gonna get it perfect." And even just like a little inch, it did better. And like he kept telling me over and over and over, like patience, patience, like stay patient, and like you're not gonna get anywhere if you try and speed it up. So pretty much just staying patient with it. So
That's really good advice because as we get better, the details matter. Where maybe where even the thumb placement is sometimes makes a difference if we're blocking with it or not. Yeah, he's definitely right. Those are important things. Fun question here. You've just both been, gotten a promotion at your work. You now work for the NFHS, National Federation of High Schools, and you're in charge of making rules for wrestling. You can change one rule or add a rule to wrestling. What would it be?
Oh, I love these surveys every year. There was two of them that were in the last survey. The one with the full Nelson, where I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but whether intentional or not. But I would definitely like to see a step out point.
Yep.
Keep them in bounds.
Yeah, I like that too. You in agreement with that one, Abby?
probably 'cause there's not. I don't think there's much I would change, except like it's not just a like rule, but like I think I would try and push for high school being freestyle for girls. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think, maybe even little steps like a step out point towards that could
yeah.
help get that going, the modified style. I don't always like the modified because I've had some girls that are really good on top and if not so good at takedowns, so, sometimes I worry about that, but I love the step out idea, just keeping everybody in bounds and what it'd take about one match and then everybody would circle in and the matches would be in the middle.
Right.
Yeah. So I
Tournaments
think
is
it'd be,
faster.
oh yeah. Yeah. None of that walking out of bounds anymore. Um, it's not time to start school yet, but we have a question for you. Fill in the blank. Wrestling has taught me to.
Never give up and just keep chasing your dreams and you'll get there eventually. So
How about you, Josh?
Uh, yeah, determination.
Determination. That's great. I'm going to give you both a little chance. I'll start with your dad because I want to end with Abby's final thoughts on anything. And this does not have to be about wrestling. It can just be anything. But do you have any final thoughts for the audience today?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a little biased here, but girls wrestling is the greatest sport. Buy into it.
Like it. How about you, Abby?
I would say if there's like any people on here like that just don't wrestle and just here watching, like I would definitely give it a shot because you can learn so much in a year. Even so, if you're younger, you can learn so much in all those years. Like even just a year of wrestling can teach you so much, and like not just about wrestling, but in life. So
Very good. It's been fun having you on. Thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your commitment to Loris.
thank
Um,
you.
now I'll get a know you better. We'll get a talk in that back room at state. And if I don't see you beforehand, good luck next season.
Thank you.